The great thing about Gary's kind of method and the IM procedure is really the fact that it's very, very specific. It really focuses on what the problem is.
Gary's got an ability to almost have X-ray vision and looking at your torso, and he can see what's out of place.
His philosophy is joints act, muscles react, and for me that was a completely new way of looking at it.
My name's Adrian Baxter, I'm a Great Britain team rock climber.
My name's Oli Dudley, I'm 33 years old and I'm someone that takes on world record attempts in endurance sports such as rowing and running.
I train pretty much every day. I have about 12 British team trainings a year and 8 or 9 World Cups and 1 World or 1 European Championships. This really specific issue which I had at my time when I came to see Gary was really the range of motion in my hips. My strength and fitness and power were pretty much all there actually on an international level. It was really this one thing, the range of motion, which was holding me back.
My work is not necessarily about fitness or strength or power, it's about efficiency and fluidity of motion, which in itself creates a springboard from which we can develop more power, more strength, more flexibility and greater fitness levels.
There is a very specific goal which I had when I came to see Gary. It was in the form of a rock route outside. It's graded French 8B, which is kind of definitely one of the hardest routes in the country. It's very overhanging and also the holds on it are very marginal as well. So every single movement needs to be absolutely perfect. I'd maybe taken over kind of a 5-year period, 5 days working this route, and couldn't get anywhere close to placing my foot into the hole which I needed to because the range of motion in my hips wasn't there.
Come on, get up there. Oh!
Prior to meeting up with Gary, I'd seen maybe 3 or 4 different kind of physiotherapists. They'd all given me pretty much the same stretches which I'd performed again and again, and hadn't really seen that much improvement for the level of effort which I was putting in.
When I assess people, I watch people move, I watch people walk, maybe I watch them run, maybe we watch how the foot goes through its motion.
Basically got me to walk up and down, looked at the way that I was moving, and then really within about probably under an hour, I'd say 30 minutes of actually doing the exercises, I'd noticed a complete difference in the way that I was moving. Every joint in the body operates in 3 planes of motion. And what we're looking for is to check the joint in question plus the joints that surround it are all operating in these 3 planes of motion, triggering the muscles to follow suit and be optimal. I could then increase that range of motion, and through doing that I was able to succeed in actually doing the move, which was the crux of the route, and then actually complete the route all the way to the top.
Oh my God! Nice one, mate.
The 7 in 7 on 7 marathon was a challenge to run 7 ultramarathons, 7 days, 7 continents. I'd never run a marathon. I planned on running a marathon in training, but on my first training run, my body broke down and I twisted my pelvis. It wasn't planned at the outset he was going to come and join us, but thankfully he did, because I honestly don't think I would have done it without him.
There's certainly a few key moments for each of the runners where they came to me with a specific problem where they thought that the end was kind of nigh. They were reaching a point of serious discomfort. In a couple of exercises, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe not even, we were putting things right by connecting up ankle and hip and spine movements to alleviate the area of pressure so that they could continue merrily on their way.
The way you're running, every step you're like, oh, I've got something to look forward to the end. I've got food, I've got water, and I've got Gary.
Gary's got an ability to almost have X-ray vision and looking at your torso, and he can see what's out of place. So immediately, that's, you're saving a lot of time, incredibly efficient.
I've taught myself to see it with my eyes. I read the body by watching it move. We also have tools available to us that help us track the body's centre of mass, such as foot scans that give us feedback, video analysis. So we have what we call a live test centre that is able to really slow down, if you like, the human body so that I can perceive more and more and more of this movement and inhibition so that we can then target them specifically and get the result that we're looking for.
My specialist area is looking at pressure, especially pressure underneath the human foot and flow of pressure and what that actually means in terms of human movement. And so what I was able to do is look at what Gary was doing and using pressure map technology. I was able to bring a scientific approach to the application of what he was doing.
What Gary does is he looks at the entire body and develops these kind of exercises which you have to do with your entire body as well. So it's not just stretching one area. And then after doing these exercises, because the whole body is working together to increase that range of motion, you can notice a really big effect.
It's a positive effect and it's a quick effect as well. And it's and the most important thing is in science too is it repeatable. So we were able to retest at a later date to see whether what Gary was doing was actually holding and working over a period of time, which it was as well.
With Gary's help a lot in the first 2 ultramarathons, my body actually got better as the event went on.
After doing the exercises, it felt like I'd just taken a pair of jeans off. It felt like I wasn't restricted any longer.
I rarely see footballers, golfers, for example, with the ultimate motion, without inhibition somewhere in their game. And it's a belief of anatomy and motion that we will be able to improve the platform from which they're working. So better alignment, freedom of motion, better range of motion at all joints, so that they can then take that next leap forward in their fitness and their strength and their power and in their potential and longevity.
It's incredibly practical, it's incredibly time efficient, and it just means that you get results instantaneously.
He gets the human body to do the healing through movement.
When I talk about Gary, I really identify with the phrase the human horse whisperer, because the horse whisperer is literally magic hands. He can see the problem, identify it and solve it. So Gary's ability to do that in a short space of time is priceless.